Hey guys, what's up? It's Asylum Reviews coming at you guys with my Monday Night Raw review for the March 4th, 2019 episode. And let me just say, this was a boring Raw. It really was. I mean, the show we had last week was fucking great. And I said it was possibly the best Raw all year long. But the show we got last night, complete garbage, man. I don't know what it is with WWE giving us good shows one week and then just doing the same shit they do every week, where it just becomes trash. It's good one week and then it's bad the next week. Like, why? Why does it have to be that way? Thank God we got SmackDown tonight and then NXT tomorrow. Thank God. Anyways, so really not much happened on Raw. Besides 3 things. Only 3 things happen on a fucking 3-hour show that you want to call wrestling. So we're gonna go over it. The rest of the shit, when I get to it, I'm not even gonna talk about it for that long. Probably just a minute or 2. That's it. But nothing else was important. So Roman Reigns kicks off the show as we see a clip from last week where he returned and announced that he is in remission from the recent battle with leukemia. Reigns takes the mic, but the Roman chants pick up. Reigns says last week in Atlanta was the comeback, but this week in Philly, we take our yard back. Fans pop again. Reigns said he had to think about his future and what he wants, and there's only one man standing in his way, and that one man is his brother, Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns says in order to get what he wants, he needs to address that. He then calls out Rollins to the ring. The music hits, and how he comes to a huge pop. Seth first wants to say that one of his best moments of his own career was watching Roman Reigns stand there last week and come back. That made him feel like he could do anything. Rollins says he's going to take that feeling to WrestleMania 35 and slay the Beast Brock Lesnar and become the Universal Champion. Rollins is going to bring the title back to Raw and represent each week. Rollins then says he might know where Reigns' head is at. He understands what it's like to vacate a title and never lose it. He says if anyone deserves a shot at Lesnar more than he does, it's Reigns. Rollins then says if that's where Reigns is at, let's talk. Reigns thought that Rollins knew everything, but he's wrong. He says that while he was gone, one person watched over this place, and it was Seth frickin' Rollins. One man kept things in line and knew what was best. Reigns says no one has more confidence in Rollins than what he does. He knows Rollins can get the job done with Lesnar. All Reigns has to say about the match is good luck to Seth Rollins. He then says to Rollins that he's asking for a favor. Rollins then says anything you want. Reigns needs it, that he's got it. He says he wants to get the band back together one more time. The Shield, of course. The crowd pops. Rollins says nothing, anything but that. The fans boo. Rollins then says after what Ambrose did on the night he did it, no way. Reigns thought he could sell Rollins from the get-go, but he thinks he has his work cut out from him. The fans chant for the Shield now. I don't know why. Reigns says he wants it. He asks the fans if they want it, and they pop. Reigns says tomorrow isn't guaranteed, life is short, and we don't know how much time we have. But the most important thing is we have our relationships, and they are his brothers. Reigns doesn't know what's with Ambrose, but if he's coming or going. But he's making headlines, and Reigns just wants one more moment with his brothers while he can. He asks Rollins what he thinks. The fans chant for the Shield again. They cheer as Rollins thinks it over. Seth then says he puts that part of his life behind him, but Reigns is right. Life is too short, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. The fans pop. Rollins says if he wants Reigns to get the Shield together one more time, then he's going to do it. He says he's in. Reigns calls in for Ambrose to come to the ring. Out comes Ambrose. His music hits. The fans chant his name now. He stops on the stage, and as he's about to speak, out of nowhere, here comes Elias with the fucking guitar. Second week in a row, Ambrose gets hit with the guitar. And then we get a match later announced for tonight. Ambrose versus Elias. Do you care? Because I don't. Reigns and Rollins run up the ramp to check on Ambrose as Elias retreats to the back. We see fans shocked in the crowd. Ambrose finally gets up and heads to the back by himself, not interested in any help from Reigns or Rollins. They look on as Ambrose heads to the back. Charlie Caruso's backstage with Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Lio Rush. She asks about what we saw with the Shield. Drew says that he broke the Shield months ago, and that was just 3 people living in the past, and it makes him sick. Corbin plugs tonight's match against Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Kurt Angle. Lashley has his words for Balor while Corbin knocks Angle down. We then get to the match, and this is one of the things I'm talking about. It's just literally the same shit every week with fucking Corbin and McIntyre and Lashley. They are a boring fucking stable. Let me just say that. Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, you want to include Elias in there, fine. But these 3-4 guys, they're fucking boring together as a group, as a stable. And I just don't know what it is. I cannot find any interest into them whatsoever. As singles competitors, definitely. But as this stable, hell no. I could care less. And I say it every single week, and I'm going to keep saying it until it eventually happens again. Stop putting Baron Corbin in fucking dress shirts and leather pants. Or dress pants. We want to see the leather pants back. We want to see the old Baron Corbin back. You might as well give him his own music back, because I like his new theme song, but it just bores me to death every time I hear Corbin come out. Because I just don't want to see the guy on TV. He's get off my TV worry. So, we get to the match, and really nothing happened. I mean, what do you expect out of these 6 guys? Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion. Kurt Angle, again, I don't get why he's still fucking wrestling. I ask the same thing every week. Why is Kurt Angle still wrestling? When you're in the Hall of Fame, you should already be retired. Simple as that. But I don't get why these Hall of Famers just come back for one more run, and then nobody doesn't even give a shit. Way to ruin Kurt Angle, WWE, right after his Hall of Fame introduction. It's pathetic. It really is. So I don't know what it is. But anyways, the heels pick up the win. I could really care less. I didn't really watch much of this match. It felt like the same shit that we saw the past 2-3 weeks with these guys, and I could care less. So I'm not even going to go over it. So Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley win. Do you care? Because I don't. And then Finn gets beat up after the match, and I'm not even going to lie to you, I literally skipped through that entire part where Finn got beat up, because I was just watching it on my DVR. I was at the gym while Raw was on. That's and when I came back and I saw the show, and I saw Finn get beat up after the match, I was like, I'm not watching this bullshit. I skipped right through it. I saw Finn got thrown on the steel steps, like Braun Strowman did. So, again, who cares? They're going to get their revenge, and then it's just going to turn into another stale fucking match or whatever. I don't know. Caruso's backstage again, this time with Heavy Machinery. And by the way, Ricochet and Aleister Black, they pinned the Revival last week, and they're apparently getting a Raw Tag Team title match this week. So, there's that. Anyways, Charlie Caruso's backstage with Heavy Machinery. She knows that they are in a good mood, and she hates to ruin it, but it seems that some of the other tag teams aren't happy with them being on Raw. I mean, can you blame them? If I was Heavy Machinery, I would not want to be on Raw either. I'd much rather be on SmackDown. Raw is just complete garbage. So you can't blame them whatsoever. She shows us what cameras caught backstage earlier. We have the B team, another worthless team. Again, I don't know why. I don't even know why these guys were tag team champions, to be honest. To be perfectly honest with you, I was never a fan of the B team. I was never a fan of the B team. Never. Another team that just fucking bores me to death, and I could care less. And the whole B team, go, go, go bullshit. Throw that out the window, man. That's so old. It's so crap. I like their other song better. Battle Scars, that's way better. Not this B team cheerleader bullshit. Get out of here with that. They're trying to be another fucking rip-off version of the Spirit Squad. Get the fuck out of here with that. The Ascension, another worthless team. Been on the main roster for 3 years and haven't won a single title. That's what you think of the Ascension. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the Major Brothers, who are former tag team champions, and Kurt Hawkins again on the terrible, terrible losing streak. So yeah, 3 worthless teams taking shots at Tucker and Otis. They were also raining on the call-ups, getting opportunities before they do. We go back to Heavy Machinery, and Otis says his feelings are hurt. Tucker then says he's going to talk to the McMahons and make sure they get the chance to take out each team one by one. He then says Otis will get a chance to hurt those who hurt his feelings. So it looks like we're getting a fatal 4-way tag team match later on in the show. Natalya versus Ruby Riott. Why was this on? I don't know. We saw this match last week, and it never finished because of a fucking interference by the Riott Squad. And again, they aired this match this week because we had no finish, and I literally could care less because this match went on 4 minutes. 4 minutes! Natalya picks up the win. Do you care? Because I don't. Then comes Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans comes out again, just like she does every week. She makes her entrance and she leaves. So, I don't know if this means her first feud on the main roster is going to be with Natalya. I don't know. And I could care less. Again, why? You're really going to make me not care about Lacey Evans, man. I want to care, but just seeing this shit every week with her just fucking doing an entrance and not doing shit. She hasn't had one single match on the main roster besides the Royal Rumble and main event. She hasn't had a single match on Raw or SmackDown. All she does is she just makes her entrance and then she leaves. You're really not going to make us care about Lacey Evans, and I don't want to feel that way. Because didn't I say a couple weeks ago that WWE wants to push Lacey Evans? A big push was coming for Lacey Evans? I don't even know where that went. That could be fake. I don't know. Moving on, we have Triple H come out. This is where we get to the good stuff. One of the 3 segments that I liked on the show. Last week, Batista came and returned, and he took out Ric Flair in a celebration, his birthday. And we were all expecting Flair to come out, and that's when Batista took him out, or supposedly took him out. Because why would Batista beat up a 7-year-old Ric Flair? I don't know. But no, he didn't really beat him up. He's just pretending like he was unconscious, and then Flair just went off it, I guess. I don't know. But you're not going to have just let a 50-year-old Batista beat up a 7-year-old Ric Flair. That's just not going to happen. So, we come back, and Triple H is in the ring with the mic. And we see an Instagram video from Batista where he taunted Triple H and said he won't be at Raw tonight. He teased an appearance for next Monday's Raw in Pittsburgh, which is next week. Triple H talks about how he had his chance to bring WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair out last week and sings his praises. He goes on about the real man behind the Ric Flair character, Richard Fleer. I guess that's Ric Flair's real name. I never knew that. So that's the character behind Ric Flair. Triple H gets choked up when talking about the health issues with Flair dealt with last year. We all remember poor Nate was in a coma for quite some time, 69 years old, and we didn't know if he was going to make it or not. And he recovered, so thank God for that. But Triple H goes over that. He goes on how special last week was supposed to be and says it didn't happen because that piece of, and that's who he was going to call Batista a piece of shit. Triple H then says Batista wanted attention. Well, he cried about it online for 2 years, and we all know why. This is where it gets good. He takes shots at Batista for always quitting when he can't get his way, but he says he didn't quit this time. He attacked a 7-year-old man who's lucky to be alive, taking a special moment away from him. Now he wants to pop up on the screen and play the bad guy one-on-one game with him. Triple H mocks Batista. He says he doesn't care where Batista wants to go or what he wants to do. He says he will show up at Batista's house or invite him to his. He will go wherever Batista is, movie, set, name it. Every building WWE goes to, he will be there waiting for Batista. Triple H tells Batista to have some balls and shows up. Triple H then says there isn't something they're selling or putting out there. No characters or names on a marquee. He says Batista won't be looking into the eyes of the character. He will be looking into the eyes of the man. Triple H then tells Batista to stand up to him like a man, and he will give him what he wants. If he can get Dave to have his attention, then he's got it. He then says into the mic very, very, very seriously, comes up to the camera, zooms in on him, and Triple H says, Dave, you want my attention? Well, you got it. Mic drop. And he storms out of the ring as the fans pop. Triple H, man. What is there not to say about this man? He one of the best on the mic. no doubt. This man knows how to deliver such a fucking great promo. Whether he's in a rivalry or he's not, he knows how to fucking talk on the mic. And he's one of those men like Paul Heyman and Bray Wyatt and others that are just fantastic on the mic. Dean Ambrose, like these are the kind of guys where once they start talking, you're gonna listen. You're gonna shut up and listen. You're gonna stop everything you're doing and you're gonna listen. This is exactly what Triple H said. And this was great. So, and now next week we're having a face-to-face with Triple H and Batista. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if these two are going to fight or they're going to brawl. Could be, but should be interesting. So, Triple H and Batista next week, face-to-face. That's going to be good. Stephanie McMahon says there's going to be an update on the Raw Women's title after Rousey supposedly dropped the title last week. She comes walking out of her office and Charlie Caruso stops her for comments on the Raw Women's title. She then says Ronda Rousey laying the title down last week was disrespectful and blasphemous, which is why WWE is going to do what's right and reinstate Becky Lynch. Thank God. Thank God. We knew it was going to happen. Stephanie says Lynch has to come to Raw tonight and sign a hold harmless agreement, which basically means if Becky Lynch gets hurt or she gets even more hurt at Fastlane, or whenever, then WWE is not gonna. She's not gonna sue WWE for whatever happens to her, I guess. Which is why WWE is gonna do what's right and reinstate Becky Lynch. Blah blah blah. We said that already. And then Becky Lynch is now gonna be fighting Charlotte Flair at Fastlane on Sunday for the vacant Raw Women's Championship. But we'll get to that because, of course, the title's not vacant because Ronda never dropped it in the first place. That's just what Stephanie said. So Becky Lynch is going to fight Charlotte Flair, Fastlane Sunday. We go to the ring, out comes Heavy Machinery. Back to commercial, and before we get to the match, Roman Reigns walks up to Ambrose, warming him up backstage for his match with Elias. Reigns thought that they were past meeting in places like this. They have locker rooms where they could talk about anything. Ambrose says if Reigns wants to talk, let's talk. He walks off to get ready for his match. The Gauntlet match, of course, I really didn't even know this was a Gauntlet match. I thought it was just a fucking Fatal 4-Way match, but no, it was literally just a Gauntlet match. And it felt like a 4-on-1 handicap match, or a 3-on-1 handicap match for Heavy Machinery, 3 teams against 1, but they took them all out. Heavy Machinery looks great, no doubt. But, what was the point of this match? It's not for a future Raw Tag Team title shot. It wasn't for anything special. All it was just for Otis to shut these guys up because they were talking trash about him. And then what was even worse, that Corey Graves was making fun of his weight. Are you kidding me? What was that, man? So, Heavy Machinery picks up the win, of course. I don't know what... You can easily tell that they don't want to be on Raw. I mean, come on. Just put these guys on SmackDown. We're still undecided on which brand these guys are going to be on. Just put them on SmackDown. They're worthless on Raw. Please. This Raw Tag Team division is absolute fucking garbage. So yeah, Heavy Machinery picked up the win. Tori Wilson is apparently in the Hall of Fame. Okay. But what has she really done to be in the Hall of Fame? Honestly, think about it. She's been in Playboy. She dated Billy Kidman. She dated Alex Rodriguez. She did other stuff. She won 0 titles. She hasn't won a single title in her career. And yes, she's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Can you tell me why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Tori Wilson. She's hot as fuck. We all know that. But do you really think she's Hall of Fame worthy? Because I don't. I'd much rather have someone like Victoria or, what's her face? I don't know. Melina? I don't fucking know. I'd much rather have, Victoria in the Hall of Fame than Tori Wilson. I'm sorry. But look. Tori hasn't done shit to be in the Hall of Fame, so I'm a little confused by that. Honky Tonk Man, however, I didn't talk about this last week, but Honky Tonk Man was introduced to be in the Hall of Fame the previous week, and I'd much rather have him in the Hall of Fame than Tori Wilson because he is perhaps the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. So, Honky Tonk Man deserves that. But, again, why? Why are they putting Tori Wilson in? I don't know. Charlie Caruso, man, she's she's doing all these interviews backstage, man. Literally, they couldn't find anybody else, so they're just having Charlie Caruso here. This time, she's backstage with Charlotte Flair. Caruso brings up Becky facing Flair for the title at Fastlane. Flair interrupts and goes on how about the man doesn't compare to the queen. Flair says she will put Becky in her place and put her on the shelf for good. She goes on and says the WWE Universe will get to bask in her glory. Nice reference there to Keith Lee. When she becomes the Raw Women's Champion. Seth Rollins approaches Dean Ambrose backstage and wants to talk. Rollins acknowledges that they fight sometimes, but he says that's what brothers do. He likes to think there's always been mutual respect between them. He says Ambrose has been his wrestling soulmate and always will be. Rollins then says they have one more chance and one more chance to do it right. Ambrose says he's too occupied to get the Shield back. He appreciates the help last week, but he's got business in the ring tonight with Elias, and he's going to do it on his own. And Rollins walks off. We go to the ring, Elias is introduced, and we get to commercial, and we get to the match, and again, this was another quick match. This lasted 3 minutes, 5 minutes, who could care less? And Ambrose lost again. Why, I don't know. He really didn't get much offense in here. But yeah. Also, what is with Elias doing the old school all of a sudden? Trying to copy The Undertaker? Like, what is that about? I don't get that at all. But yeah, Elias picks up the win. And then after the match, here's one of the things that I could care less about. Not because I don't love the Shield. I cold-hearted, I love the Shield. I love Ambrose. I love Rollins. I love Reigns. I love all three guys. They're all my boys. But to have these guys reunite again after Roman just came back from his leukemia, to just fucking rush this Shield reunion again. Why did you have to do it so soon? Why? I don't get this, man. Rollins and Reigns come to the ring as Ambrose just lost to Elias. He gets up, and here comes Rollins and Reigns in the ring, and they're asking Ambrose, "Are you gonna do this or what? Are we gonna do this?" Out comes the fucking terrible stable of McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin. And Drew was the one who brought up the freaking tag team match at Fastlane. I don't think it was really Drew. I'm sure WWE Creative just had him talk about that. But he talks about the match, and he requested it. Him, McIntyre, Lashley, and fucking Corbin against the Shield has been made official for Fastlane. Why? I don't know. Why is Roman already in a fucking match? It hasn't even been 2 weeks. Hasn't been 2 weeks or a month. You couldn't wait a month or two to put Roman in a fucking match? You want to put him back? Yeah, I get it. The big dog is back. I get that. But why you gotta put him in the Shield again and then just have him be in a worthless 6-man tag team match against 3 fucking boring guys as a stable? They're not boring as individuals, but they're boring as a stable. And you're just going to have them fight the Shield because you got nothing else to do for them at Fastlane. And you want to put Roman on the card so bad. Worthless. Fucking absolutely worthless. Stop, for the love of fucking Christ, WWE. Stop shoving the Shield agenda bullshit down our throats. Why? You really want people to not care about Roman again. And you really think they want to be that way? I mean, the man just recovered from leukemia, and you're already gonna fucking shove him down our throats again. This is pathetic, man. I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this fucking bullshit. Oh my god, man. And then they do the fist bump. They're waiting for Ambrose to do the fist bump. And he does it. And then the Shield reunites, and then they announce the match for Fastlane. Who cares? This is one of the matches I'm not looking forward to Fastlane, I could really care less about. I mean, just look at the card, man. You have Asuka versus Mandy Rose for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. You have the Shield versus fucking Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley. There was no IC title match, by the way. I don't know if there's going to be a Raw Tag Team title match. There could be. We'll talk about that. Yeah. And then you have, what else? Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. That's probably one of the only good matches on the show. What else? What else is there? Becky and Charlotte for the vacant Raw Women's Championship. I mean, this fucking card for Fastlane is worthless. The only considerable match that anybody will be interested in is Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, which is most likely going to main event the show, because why wouldn't it? You're not going to have the fucking Shield main event the show with these three guys, because I really don't want to see that shit as the main event. I really don't. I'd much rather see it before the main event. The WWE title match should be in the main event, not the Shield. Fuck off. Fuck off with that bullshit. Sasha Banks. Makes me happy to say her name. Sasha Banks versus Tamina. We knew this was coming. We saw Bayley Nia Jax last week. Bayley picks up the win. We're having Sasha and Tamina this week. And you have fucking Sasha lose to Tamina. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Sasha lost to Tamina? Why? Why are you doing this to my baby? Why are you doing this? She loses to a fucking super kick. And it looked god-awful too. Why is Tamina even fucking employed, man? I don't even know. Her and Nia Jax are fucking terrible as a team. I enjoyed Nia more as a babyface. I really did. This is fucking pathetic, man. And that's another match. Sasha and Bayley versus Nia and Tamina. Why? Ridiculous, man. Fastlane is looking very, very awful, and it's gonna. Shane McMahon. I just remember this another match. Shane McMahon and The Miz are getting the rematch for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles against the Usos, even though the rematch clause thing is fucking thrown out the window. But Miz literally fucking begged Shane to grant them the title match because he's Shane McMahon and he can do that. He's authority figure, whatever. It just goes to show you how worthless and how lazy WWE was fucking Fastlane. On the road to WrestleMania. The last stop to WrestleMania, Fastlane. Yeah, this ain't no Fastlane. This is considerably a roadblock. No pun intended, but still. I could care less, man. Tamina picks up the win. Why my baby lost to Tamina, I don't fucking know. Fuck you, WWE, for doing that shit. We all know that Sasha and Bayley are going to retain at Fastlane, so fuck you for making Sasha lose. That's fucking Tamina of all people. The Revival versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. I was expecting a fucking fantastic tag team title match out of this. Instead, we get 3 minutes, 4 minutes. What was this shit? This started off slow, and it was starting to get good once Ricochet made the tag. And then fucking Rude and Gable just ruined the match by attacking the Revival. And now we're supposedly going to be getting a triple threat tag team title match at Fastlane with Ricochet and Aleister Black against the Revival and Rude and Gable. I guess that could be a great match. The Revival retain. We get into the main event of the show, and it is the Hold Harmless Agreement thing with Ronda and Becky and Charlotte. Or no, Becky and Charlotte, my bad. Ronda then comes out, and Becky's on the crutch. She's wearing her shirt with the mugshot. I don't know why they made that into a shirt, but she's wearing it. She's trying so hard to sell the knee injury. I could tell that. But again, to me, it just feels like she's not injured at all. It's just all playing into storyline here. We all know that Becky isn't really hurt. I mean, come on now. It's just fucking selling. She's just selling it for WrestleMania. So there's that. And plus, why would they have Becky fight Charlotte at Fastlane if she's not 100%? Clearly, she's 100%. She's just hiding it. But we all know Becky's going to beat Charlotte at Fastlane. I mean, come on now. We all saw this coming. Ronda comes out as Becky signs the fucking thing, the paper, whatever. Ronda comes out looking pissed as hell, and she just stormed down to the ring. And man, I love the promo that Ronda gave here. She fucking great, man. What did she say? Screw your something. I forgot what she said. Screw your women's title match or whatever. Screw your man. Screw the man. Screw the woo. Boo the woo. Some shit like that. And then she said, "No more Mrs. Nice Bitch." And then she attacks Becky Lynch, and Charlotte runs out of the ring. A great heel move by Charlotte, because Charlotte is fighting Becky at Fastlane, and it's not for the title. Ronda asked for the title back since she never dropped it in the first place. She asked for the title back. Stephanie gives it to her. And then Stephanie says Becky is still fighting Charlotte at Fastlane. If Becky can beat Charlotte, then she will be added to the women's title match at WrestleMania. We all saw this coming. But if Becky loses, then she is done. Those are the words of Stephanie McMahon. And then Ronda just beats the shit out of Becky as Charlotte watches on. Charlotte tries to taunt Ronda, and she tries to get into the ring. Ronda fights her off, and then Ronda just applies the armbar to Becky just like 3-4 times. And I guess you can call this a heel turn. I don't know, but yeah. So that, guys, that's pretty much it. That's your fucking Monday Night Raw review. A complete worthless fucking go home show to Fastlane. This was absolutely fucking god awful. Oh my god. Look, the only two things that I enjoyed of this fucking show was fucking see, I gotta go over this shit again because I fucking already forgot. What was it? Triple H's promo on Batista and Ronda turning heel. That was it. Nothing else interested me on the show. Sasha losing to Tamina, that's a big fuck you to WWE. Ridiculous. Most of these matches on the show, 3-4 minutes, and you want to call this Monday Night Raw. There was nothing fucking raw about this show. This was fucking worthless, and I could care less. We got SmackDown Live later tonight. The only things announced for the show, I believe, we're having R-Truth doing another U.S. title match, or open challenge. I wonder who's going to take that. Last week we saw Andrade, Rey Mysterio, and that was a great fucking match. Oof. I don't know what we're going to get. Hopefully it's just Andrade tonight, and Andrade beats Truth, and then Andrade fights Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. Could be that. I don't know. But I was waiting for the WWE to announce Andrade and R-Truth at Fastlane for the title, and then Andrade wins it, and then he fights Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. But I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know who's going to accept the challenge tonight. We'll see. We were supposed to see Johnny Gargano versus Cesaro last week, but that never took place. I don't know why. There was no explanation to it whatsoever. And I don't know if they didn't even advertise it for tonight's SmackDown. It could happen without us even knowing. I don't even know. And also, we're getting Jey Uso, one half of the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, against The Miz in singles action. So there's that. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for your Monday Night Raw review. If you enjoyed my rant, then I hope you did. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, RKO the like button out of nowhere, and tap the bell for notifications so you get all my future uploads. And that's all I gotta say. Raw was shit. I'll see you guys for SmackDown Live. Too sweet.